Today we're sharing tips for first-time cruisers. Cruises are so much fun, but if it's your first time, like I remember back to our first time, there were just so many things to think about, and there were times it was like, I don't even know what I don't know, which was true. We didn't know what we didn't know.
Yeah.
We talked to a lot of people who cruised. We went online and watched lots of videos like this, or read different tips and whatever. And, we put together a list of things that hopefully will help you get prepared for your first cruise. Now, this isn't an all-inclusive list, but we do have a playlist on our YouTube page here with a lot of tips for first-timers, so check those out. Now, if you've cruised before and you're just here, brushing up to see if there's anything you missed, share your top cruising tip in the comments below.
Yeah.
So let's check it out.
First, don't double tip. Drink packages and specialty dining almost always include an automatic gratuity, but double check that.
Yeah.
If you decide to tip extra, we always recommend doing it in cash, especially for drinks. That will often get you even better service the next time you have that bartender, and they know your drink, they know your name.
Well, they're already good at that.
They are, but it's like you walk in and it's like cheers. They're like,
Yeah.
they get their favorites just like we get our favorites.
Yeah, a lot of times when we find our favorite bartender, and it's, a lot of times that's the first or second day, we'll slip them a 20, like right away, and then, they seem to take really good care of us.
Yeah, and just know that you've likely already tipped if you've paid for a package, so just keep that in mind.
Okay, so the second one, be smart with your outfits. And what do we mean by that? Well, in your cabin, storage is at a premium. Not to mention, the less you can pack, the less you have to carry, right? That makes sense. Think about packing clothes that could be worn in multiple outfits.
Yeah.
Maybe guys take maybe 2 pairs of cargo shorts or something, and you can kind of and obviously as guys, we tend to pack as little as possible, and our wives are like, honey, you need 7 days of underwear. And we're like, really? If you wear them inside, no, don't do that.
No. Unless you bring those little packets of, laundry detergent and you're washing them in your room.
True.
So
That's true. Take a couple pairs of cargo shorts or something you can wear with different Hawaiian shirts, because, hey, those always work great on, cruises. Take whatever, mix and match. And I think you're better at this than I am, but maybe there's one you can wear a skirt with a sweater, and then you could wear a skirt with a tank, or I don't know. I mean, not guys. Well, maybe guys. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm just thinking there's, mix and match outfits is what I'm getting at. Yeah. And so maybe you don't have to take as many clothes. But by the same token, the thing that I will suggest that you think about is take at least 2 bathing suits, especially if you plan on being in the water, because no one wants to put on a wet bathing suit. And while they have the little clothes hanger thing in your bathroom, and it does dry in there. Sometimes it takes more than a day to dry. So we always recommend taking at least 2 bathing suits so you can kind of interchange them.
Okay, explore the ship on embarkation day. Snoop around and get the lay of the land. It's only going to help you.
Right.
And I'm thankful that I have him because he remembers everything. And I'll be like, where are we going? What's that by? Like, he's like, just follow me. Just follow me.
She'll tell me where she wants to go, and then I'm like the whatever hunting dog that takes us to wherever we got to go.
I'm the one that he gets frustrated with, like, by like day 5. And I'm like, where's our cabin again? Which way?
She's like, where's the ocean?
Stop. No, it's not that bad. But anyways, mark down spots that you want to go back to. As you're walking around and you see something, you're like, oh, there's Comedy Club. I want to go back there or whatever. And watching ship tours pre-cruise can help you get acclimated before you board. We do this on every cruise we take because it's just a good refresher. Or, if it's a brand new ship, then you get a little bit, comfortable with, knowing where things are.
Well, even if you don't know where things are, just the images are familiar to you. So then when you kind of figure out where it is on the ship, it just kind of all clicks. It's helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so try to board early. Get the earliest embarkation time that you can so that you can take full advantage of that first day on board.
Unless you really want to sleep in, go for it.
Unless you want to sleep in. If you're up partying in the port till God knows when, and a lot of the ships don't leave till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you can get that late boarding time.
Yeah.
If you're early enough getting on board, you might not even need to, get breakfast on embarkation day. Maybe you just get a donut or something, because you're going to get food once you get on board. It's available. So
or a protein bar. I mean, or shake. Right? You have to go to donut.
Or a Kahlua and coffee. You know.
Choose your cabin wisely. This kind of goes with the whole like watching pre-cruise videos too, because getting to know where things are, then you know where you would like your room to be.
Right.
So do you want to be near a certain bar or bar that has your favorite music at or something, or a favorite music venue? Look at the deck plans ahead of time and find the best place for you. If you do not like noise, try to avoid being too close to the elevators, because
right. Or on the deck right below the pool deck, if you like to sleep in, especially.
Yeah. Or the deck right below, like right above you, is the dance club.
Right.
And all night long you're hearing oons, oons, oons.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so drink packages. This is kind of an important thing if you're a drinker, right? And if you're not, maybe the soda package too. But we've done a lot of videos about drink packages. You can check them out on our page here. Or something else we always suggest is get a drink package calculator. Not get one, but there are a number of drink package calculators on the web, right?
Yeah.
One of our favorites is at Cruise Spotlight. But there's other ones out there that are just as good. I don't know, just as good. We like that one the best. But there's other ones out there, and you might like them better. If you're not much of a drinker, again, this is probably not for you. But if you enjoy having drinks on your vacation and you think it's going to be worth it for you, we always recommend to buy the package in advance.
Yeah.
You save a few bucks. It might only be $5 a day, but $5 a day times, say, 7 times 2 is, that's $70 plus the gratuity. So you're talking about saving $100.
Don't book your cruise for one specific port. We have our favorite ports that we love, and there are definitely some that are better than others. We know this. We understand this.
Yeah.
But that being said, there's always a chance that port could be canceled. There
Right.
could be bad weather or whatever, for whatever reason. There's so much more to a cruise than a specific port. And sure, we'll be disappointed if one of our favorite ports is canceled, but we've kind of just learned to roll with punches, and we always have fun no matter where we're at.
Yeah.
Make the best of it. It's, you're on vacation.
Read the cruise planner. Every day you'll get that, and, some of the cruise lines have gone away from giving you a printed one. Carnival went away from giving you a printed one, and due to customer demand, brought it back. You can also check it in the app, but we really recommend taking a look at that, especially even like the night before, or a lot of times we'll sit down with just the two of us or with our friends, or whenever, start scrolling through the app and kind of highlighting the different things that we like. It'll show you the show times for the theater shows, where the musicians are. It'll show trivia contests and karaoke. You can see what's going on all day, so you won't miss something that you're looking forward to. And you can even set up, in a lot of cases, you can set up reminders that'll pop up and be like, hey, you wanted to be at the karaoke thing, and you're like, yeah, but I'm having fun at this.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to go, but it's always nice to have those little reminders. So we really recommend you read and use the cruise planner in whatever version your cruise line has.
Don't rush off the ship in port.
That's a good one.
Yeah. If you don't have an excursion to get to right away, give it a little time and let the line clear out. Seriously. Yeah. A lot of times we take our time, we go and have breakfast, as soon as the ship hits port, and the buffet lines are cleared out because everyone else is in line.
Right.
And we can have just a nice leisurely breakfast, and then we usually just get to walk right off the boat. And in fact, we often end up hitting the dock at almost the exact same time, but we didn't have to wait in line.
Right.
We got to just take it slowly.
Yeah, if we had gone down and stood and waited in line, we would have missed breakfast, and we end up, getting off maybe.
Our first cruise, we did do that.
Yeah,
and that's how we learned, don't do that.
Stand there and sweat and everything, and now we just have breakfast and go. All right, so this kind of goes in hand with what Melissa just said, but you want to research your ports, all right? And obviously this is kind of my cup of tea because I'm the planner of our group.
Yeah.
But I really take the time to learn about the places I'm going for a variety of reasons. One, I want to know, if there's some risks when we venture out in port, right? There are some ports that you just don't want to leave the port area unless you're on like a sanctioned excursion through whatever organization or cruise line. You might be in a safe port, and you have a long visit, and so you find that you can go out and explore on your own if you want, or you have a shore excursion that ends, more rapidly than you expected, and so you can either do some shopping in the port area, or, like I say, in some of these maybe more safe to explore ports, and most of them are safe, but there are some that it's like, I don't know that I like in Jamaica or even Dominican Republic. I don't know that I want to venture out from the port area too far.
Right, and honestly, the cruise lines will tell you.
Yeah,
they will let you
especially
know.
if you look in that cruise planner, because they'll give some detailed things about it. Or you can go. A lot of times they'll have port talks in the theater like the night before.
Save on your shore excursions. We've talked about this in other videos. You can book your shore excursion
Wow.
through your cruise line. And, they might be a little more expensive, but the ship will wait for you if your tour comes back late.
Right.
So you don't have to be a pier runner.
No one wants that.
You can look that up too if this is your first cruise. There are other options out there that aren't through the cruise ship that offer shore excursions, and some of them might be cheaper. And we've read that some of them do guarantee that they will get you to your next port.
If the ship leaves, yeah.
Right, if you missed, your time back. But that you need to research that and really read the details.
Right. But in most cases, even, through an outside place, or even if you went on your own, as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing, you're going to be back in time.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you do your research, some ports are super fun to just get off the ship and explore, close to the port area.
Mm-hmm.
We've done this in a couple of different places, and it's turned out to be some of our favorite times.
Right, because it's just this big adventure, right?
Yeah, and you're not like in a big group of people. You're not.
Right.
You're doing what you want to do. You don't have to.
Okay, so here's an option: skip the port entirely. And you're like, what? Yeah. Now you might find that you're in a place like Cozumel, where maybe you visited on a non-cruise vacation, right? Or if you're watching this and you've been on cruises before, maybe you've been to Cozumel and you're like, okay, I've done that. The cool thing about skipping the port entirely is that the ship almost becomes a completely different place. You get your pick of loungers by the pool. You get the best service from the bartenders. There's nobody in line at the restaurants and stuff. And so you can just run around. You enjoy the ship without a crowd, and it's a whole different experience. The pools are empty. The bars are empty. And so you can just have this day to yourself with 7 other people. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
Now again, if this is your first cruise, you're probably not listening to me right now, and that's okay. But this will come back and you'll be like, oh yeah, you'll do it in the future. Be like, Ron knew what he was talking about.
Sometimes too, the spa areas will give really good discounts on a day that you're pulling to, a port, and you decide to skip it. Go check out the spa, but look that up beforehand. Try something other than the buffet on embarkation day.
Yeah.
Seriously. Most people head straight to the buffet on embarkation day, and it's just a mass of people.
Right.
It leads to long lines. It makes tables, hard to find. There are other options available when you board or soon after.
Yeah.
When we do Carnival again, we've loved going to Blue Iguana.
Yeah, come on. That's the place to be.
And on the Mardi Gras, Shack's Chicken. And you can check out the options on the app or online in advance so you know what's going to be open, when you get on board. And the food might be better, and the crowds are definitely going to be smaller.
The internet can be iffy when on board. I guess that's the best way to put it, right? Yeah. It's hit or miss. Do your research to check out internet speeds on your ship. Many of these cruise lines, they're now upgrading to Starlink, which is they say is going to be is faster than you can get at home. Not all of them are, so you really want to follow up on that. And I guess I say that because as much as we love to disconnect when we go on a cruise, we can't always do that. So if you need to have internet, because maybe you have to do a work thing, you're on vacation, you hope you don't have to, but maybe you do.
Or you got kids or pets.
You got kids or pets that you want to monitor, or whatever's going on. Make sure you've looked at the reviews online. Maybe go to Cruise Critic, or get into a Facebook group for your cruise. Talk to people. Maybe they've been on that ship and they can give some advice or some insight on it. But yeah, if you've got to do some work from the cruise line, from the cruise ship or whatever, just know that the internet can be a little, hit or miss.
Iffy.
Iffy. It's a technical term.
Yeah. Well, that's our list. We hope that it helps you get ready to cruise, and we hope that you enjoy your first cruise.
So did we miss anything? Like I said, have you been on a cruise and you're like, you know what, you didn't hit on this one? We'd love to hear about that in the comments below. Tell us your favorite tip from the list. Tell us a tip that you were like, okay, I didn't think of that one. Or add a question down below and we'll see if we can help or maybe our viewers can help. So viewers, if you can help, check out those comments. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, would you hit the like button, subscribe to our video, and maybe share the video with someone who is about to go on their first cruise? That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.